Call it a hunch, call it a hot take, but I'm all in on the Washington Capitals. And I've got more than a few reasons to believe they can come out of their conference and represent the East in the Stanley Cup final. Because to me, they have everything. Offense, defense, goaltending. They have some weaknesses, but they're starting to turn that around. As of recording this on December 4th, Washington, best record in the Eastern Conference. And I know some of you will probably say, well, what happened last year? They were one of the best teams. They were in the race for the President's Trophy, and then they flamed out and lost to the Carolina Hurricanes, got battered. This is true, but I can only tell you about what's going on right now and what I see. Right now, they're the best team in the Eastern Conference. That's a fact. Second best offense in the NHL. Top 7 defense in the NHL. Goaltending, they have one of the best goaltenders in the NHL right now in Logan Thompson. 18.6. That's his goals save above expected, which is a massive stat right now when you're looking at goaltenders. He's at the top of the mountain. 2.02 goals against, 920 save percentage. His partner, Charlie Lindgren, Chucky, is a fantastic 1B, and he's been so good as that 1B that it limits the workload on Logan Thompson. As tandems go, you have to put them in the top 5, I think, right? Off the top of my head, you got the boys out in Colorado, the Lumberyard, Scott Wedgwood and Mackenzie Blackwood, of course. You look at New York, the Rangers. Quick has been great, so him and Shesterkin, I think, are up there. Jeremy Swayman, Jonas Corposalo in Boston have also been good. Who am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting a really important one. Oh, Minnesota. Jesper Wallstedt and Gustafsson. I mean, the wall of St. Paul, how good has that guy been? So that's a pretty good tandem. But then after those guys, I think you have Washington's tandem who've been there before, and they did it last season as well, and they continue to do it this year. What's that saying? Show me a good goalie, I'll show you a good coach, or I'll show you a good team. They got really good goaltending, and they have a good team in front of them. How about Ovechkin? I'm talking about goal scoring. The guy's 40 years old. He's on pace for 41. He's on pace to score more than his age. He started off slow, but he's hot. And now he's also scoring at a point per game pace. Is that going to continue? There's no reason to believe that it can't based on what this guy does. The vibes are so high right now in Washington that they put this guy out, Ovechkin, in empty net situations. Probably one of their worst defenders on the team, let's be honest. But he's out there because he can score goals and find the back of the net. It's a risky thing to do, but they keep on doing it, and he keeps on scoring goals. How about at the back end? Jacob Chychrun, what a pickup this guy's been. He scored 20 goals last season. The guy's on pace to score 30 this year. He can't stop scoring, and he's helping to improve a major weakness, the power play. They have 2 weaknesses, I believe, on this team, and it comes down to the special teams, right? 17% on the power play, 72% on the PK. But Spencer Carberry has overhauled the power play over the past few games, and it's working. They've scored 3 power play goals in their last 11 chances. That's over 27%. And one of the reasons is because they put Jacob Chychrun at the top of that unit to quarterback that power play, and it's working. And their PK, listen, not great. You don't want to go into the playoffs with a bad penalty kill. They were bad last year in the playoffs on special teams, and that's one of the reasons why they were eliminated. They need to improve that. Carberry has addressed that, and I think he's going to continue to address it. The PK over the last couple of games, 3 games, is at 70%, 7 of 10. And I get it. They played the Kings, the Islanders, and the Sharks. Not exactly the best power plays in the league, but you have to start somewhere. This team is trending in the right direction. And I know it's early. We're just past the quarter mark. It's December. But when you look at offense, defense, goaltending, check marks across the board. They need to improve their special teams, which they are doing, and that's something that needs to be monitored. But as of right now, this is not only one of the best teams in the East, but I believe this is a team, if they can put it all together, can win the Stanley Cup. Right? And I know some of you probably looking at me right now, like, dude, what are you talking about? Have you watched Colorado play? Have you watched Dallas play? Are you watching what's going on in Minnesota? Yes, I'm seeing all these things. But I'm not saying they can win the Stanley Cup. Unless, did I just say that? Maybe I did. They can represent the East in the Stanley Cup final. I truly believe that. I just think they got it all. And the overall vibe of the team is fantastic. You see the videos come out after every game. You know, it's a really close-knit group. They love the coach. The coach loves the players. They had a really good season last year. I believe he won the Jack Adams. They probably should have played a lot better against Carolina in the playoffs. And I think they'll learn from that. And when it comes to the East, who's their biggest threat? probably the Carolina Hurricanes, and maybe Tampa Bay, who's playing, lights out right now, and Vasilevsky looks fantastic. But other than that, who are you afraid of in the Eastern Conference? Let's just quickly take a look at their division. Philadelphia, they're going to drop off. Pittsburgh already dropping off. Jersey's got their own problems. They can't stop losing right now, and they're dealing with a lot of injuries. I mean, their best player cut himself at a steakhouse. Who knows what was going on with that whole situation, but Jersey doesn't look like a massive threat. The Islanders, okay, they're a surprise or a good team, but again, not a threat to a veteran team like Washington. Columbus might not even make the playoffs. And if you're looking at the Atlantic, you got Tampa. Montreal is slipping. Ottawa looks okay. The Red Wings don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. Boston, who knows if they're going to keep this up. The Leafs, who knows? And the Florida Panthers might not make the playoffs either. I think the East is wide open, and it's up for grabs. And this could be a time where you look at Carolina and say, maybe this is a time they get over the hump. They don't have to face the Panthers. They don't have to face a juggernaut in the Eastern Conference. But I think the juggernaut is the Washington Capitals right now based on the way that they're playing. It is wide open, and this is why I like the Washington Capitals. I think they're one of the most complete teams in the NHL. I really do. I love the way that they look. I think they'll come out of the East. If this continues, which I don't see why it shouldn't, they're going to get Pierre-Luc Dubois, who's been out, by the way. He's going to come back, I think, sometime in February. So if they continue winning games without one of the top 6 guys, and he comes back, that's a huge boost. They have a little bit of cap space to work with. I believe just under $4 million. Who knows what they do at the trade deadline? I'm in love right now with the Washington Capitals. I'm all in on the Caps. Let me know in the comments below if this is an overreaction to what I'm seeing recently, but I don't think so. I think this team is legit good with legit goaltending and with legit goal scoring and legitimate veteran experience that can help them take them over the top. That's what I think. You let me know in the comments below.